Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today I've got some Insurgency gameplay showing off the new Molotov Spring DLC. You know what's the coolest thing about this DLC? It doesn't cost anybody anything. You don't have to be signed up to any sort of premium edition of the game. As long as you bought some form of Insurgency, you're going to get Molotov Spring, which offers 2 maps, Molotov cocktails. You get the FAL now as a gun. I believe incendiary grenades are also a part of this update. It's just really cool to see DLC that is free with no strings attached. There's no weird things you gotta do. And something that's really nice about getting a free DLC that isn't necessarily massive in size is that all the new content and the new weapons like Molotov cocktails make a lot of sense. They're not just gimmicky, but they offer a huge tactical advantage. Not only do they light up certain areas and obstruct field of view, but they will actually block off alleyways and avenues of approach, not just for a few seconds, but for an extended period of time. The Molotov cocktails are only available to the insurgent side, generally the team that has the less expensive weaponry. They run with the AK weapons. They also get the FAL, which is cool, but the security team gets incendiary grenades, sort of the more expensive version of the Molotov cocktail. And I really like that this game has stayed sort of true to the theme of each team. You can't go running around with a tricked out M4 on the insurgent side unless you pick it up off the ground. This map here is called Bariz. It's new with the Molotov Spring expansion, and it offers a lot of really wide open gameplay, a different environment, a different playstyle than I'm used to on the other Insurgency maps. There are some bigger open maps, but they're more rural. This one actually takes place sort of in a city area, but it's just sort of this big open area right on the outskirts of a town, and it offers a lot of really good sniper spots. In fact, it can be kind of infuriating trying to push up on this map when you don't understand it too well, because you will get sniped down, and if you've played this game before, there is no kill cam. So if a sniper takes you out and you're not sure where he's hiding, it can be very hard to locate them. Something that I've really come to appreciate about Insurgency is, although the graphics engine isn't crazy impressive, it is a dated graphics engine, they've paid a lot of attention to really key parts of detail. One of them is red dot sights. The devs have clearly used red dot sights in real life before. They understand what they look like in real life, and they've captured just the contrast and the dot size and the intensity of it just perfectly, to the point where I'm looking down these red dot sights with the added magnification if you're using a 2x sight, and it just looks so freaking real. Here we've switched over to the other new map. It's called Revolt. I'm using the FAL with a Cobra sight on here. It offers a lot of vertical urban gameplay, so there's going to be a lot of buildings in this where you can go up to the second and even third story. So you got to worry about a lot of different windows, a lot of people shooting down on you, but also it involves a considerable amount of building clearing. Molotov cocktails certainly come in handy, especially when there's windows and areas where you think somebody's at. You can throw a Molotov cocktail in, not only burning them alive, but you can also block off that window for a really long period of time, so nobody can really use it as a vantage point. The map takes place at dusk, which gives it this cool purple lighting and just a new ambiance that hasn't been seen in an Insurgency map so far. What is going to be really cool is that the developers actually plan on doing some more interactive things with the maps, like exploding cars. And while I was actually playing the new Molotov Spring expansion, I was fortunate enough to be playing with one of the lead developers, Andrew Spearin, who's actually responsible for developing the original mod. It was certainly very cool to ask Andrew a lot of questions about the development and some of the choices made in the game design itself. The dev team is very small. It's about 12 people. Most of them are working full-time other jobs right now. So this isn't your traditional dev team where they're all working in one building and they're all being paid wages. It's really a work of passion for most of them. And the game is driven by the image. You know, everybody working on it has a passion for the style of game, the artwork, the ambiance of it all. And that's something you rarely see in the big AAA titles these days. You usually have strict deadlines for releasing content. You don't get freebie DLC often, and decisions are made based on how popular it's going to be and how well it's going to sell games, rather than is it going to be fun, is it playing up to the original vision that we had of this game. And Insurgency certainly isn't a massive, huge, big, successful title. It's a very small game compared to the big ones, but it is successful in the sense that I think it is turning a profit overall, and it's still very, very fun to play, especially if you are perhaps tired of the big AAA shooters, or you want something that feels a bit more realistic and is certainly more tactical. Now here I'm playing one of the new game modes called Occupy, and this is actually quickly becoming one of my favorite game modes. It's essentially King of the Hill, and when you capture the flag in the middle, it affords your team more waves, and when you capture it, you can get another wave respawn in and bring your teammates back to the fight. The game mode can go quickly, it can go for a very long period of time depending on how evenly matched the teams are, but it's really good for trying to get a lot of spawning in, a lot of action. For those of you who might feel that Insurgency is a little bit too slow paced for you, Occupy certainly remedies that, and for somebody like me who certainly is used to some of the bigger shooters out there where you can respawn in very quickly, you can get into the action almost instantaneously, Occupy is really a nice way to meet those people, the people who have a bit of impatience, and allow them to play a game that's got such a cool weapons damage model and such a cool pacing, but still allow you to see action frequently. Another cool thing about this DLC is that it brings in an additional game mode that basically replicates capture the flag. You're stealing intel from the enemy team and returning it to your base, and it offers a lot of cool fast-paced gameplay and the option to play offensively or defensively. Playing defensively in Insurgency is easier to do than playing offensively, and it's also very hard for the enemy team to push up on a good entrenched defense, but it certainly does offer a really good challenge. Honestly, one of the only downsides I can see to Insurgency is that it is only on a single platform at the moment. The plus side of that is that it allows the developers to make changes quickly, update the PC version of it, and really try and balance out the game and figure out just what Insurgency is to them and make sure the flow of the game works out well. Hopefully we will see a console release of this game in the near future. Now if you stuck with me so far in this Insurgency video and you don't yet own the game, but perhaps you own a PC and the game looks interesting to you, but you're still on the fence about whether or not you want to purchase the game, maybe you don't have the funds for it, well, I have a treat. There are some Insurgency keys at the very bottom of the video description, so go check those out now, plug them into Steam, unlock your free copy of this game, and enjoy. Now, as much as I love Insurgency, I would certainly like to see more interactive maps. I think I've been a bit spoiled by some of the bigger games like Battlefield out there, but what do you guys think? Is Insurgency the perfect game, or do you think it actually could grow a lot and become a much better game? Would you like to see more interactivity with the maps? Let me know in the comments if you have any cool ideas or easy implementations to improve the map design of Insurgency. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.